A very important question to ask everybody in the room before we start. How many people in the room have a brain? May I see your hand, please? It's about 40% of you. All right, we'll do what we can. I actually brought my brain with me. I don't always bring it with me, but I did bring it with me today. This is what you all walked in with. 3 pounds of the most incredibly complex material in the universe, your brain. This one's hollow. It's the Ministry of Education model right there. So we're going to talk about the brain because your brain is literally involved in everything you do. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. This brain of yours is fully on. No breaks. No breaks. That's not true. Your brain does get a break. When? Sleeping. Oh, sleeping. How many were in a hotel last night? How many noticed the first night in a hotel you don't get the same good night's sleep you normally get at home? Have you noticed that? Yes or yes? How many of you know that when you are first night in a hotel, part of your brain is up all night long wondering what might be hiding in the closet? Could there be something under the bed that you don't know about? I actually tweeted this study out. They found that the first night in a hotel, strange bed, half of your brain is all up all night long worrying about the new environment. So let me ask you a question on a practical level. If you're first night in a hotel room, next day you hop in your truck and off you go, are you more or less likely to have an accident? More likely to have an accident. True or false? Laughter is good for your brain. By the way, how many of you have noticed that it's easier to work when you're awake? Quite frankly, have you noticed this? Yeah. Exactly. Laughter wakes your brain up. When you laugh, you flood your brain with 37 chemical reactions. As everything from improve your immune system, it prevents you from getting head colds, it prevents you from getting the flu, and it instantly wakes your brain up. So the laughter part was good. Now the reason why you laugh was not so good. Here's something you may not have noticed about your brain before. Close your eyes, please. Close your eyes. Think of a horse. A horse. Open your eyes. How many saw a picture of a horse? Some kind of a four-legged animal. Notice your brain thinks in pictures, not words. That's why you will never walk down the street and go up to somebody and go, you know, I remember your name, but your face escapes me. Probably not. You remember the face because it is You forget the name because it is So how many of you believe learning is important? Yes or yes? I mean, that's why you're here. This is a learning organization. This is the best definition of learning you will ever hear in your life. Learning is connecting new information to what you already know. For the most part, learning is connecting new information to what you already know. And the number one job of the brain is to keep us alive and comfortable. So this is why training is so important. I mean, you had a shower this morning, but you'll have another one tomorrow because it'll wear off. Safety is not a one-time thing. Training is not a one-time thing. Learning is not a one-time thing. When you come to sessions like this, when you give yourself a talking to, you are literally physically encoding pictures into the synaptic connections in your brain. Memories have a physical component. This happens all the time at this one curve where I come home from Vancouver to where I live in White Rock. Every year there's 2 or 3 big semi-trailers flop over. And the reason they flop over is they know that curve. They've probably driven it 100 times. But when they hit that curve, they weren't there. They were thinking about dinner, the hockey game, the fight they had with somebody just before they left the last location. And they hit that just a little bit fast. All of a sudden, just a little bit, and boom, over they go. What you're doing when you're doing your safety trainings, when you're doing this right now, is you're putting pictures in your brain. Learning is connecting new information to what you already know, and what you already know is almost always activated as a picture. The first picture in your brain will almost determine exactly what you do. When something happens, when the unthinkable happens, people will plot on a bell curve. 10% of people do exactly the right thing. We call these people survivors. 10% of people do exactly the wrong thing. We call these people dead. What do the 80% of the middle do? They freeze. They freeze because they never put the picture in their brain. So just for today, just notice where your attention goes. Where is your attention? You know, ultimately, it's good to think about the past, it's good to think about the future, but when we walk onto a job site, when we hop into that truck full of logs, now's not maybe the time to be thinking about, you know, the Canucks are going to miss the playoffs again. And on it goes. So that you don't have to do the work, you got to really do the work. On the road to success, there are no shortcuts. My favorite part of this is our most valuable resource sits 63 feet ahead. Well, not anymore, he just climbed out of the cab. So it takes from a brain point of view, it takes an awful lot of attentional focus. So no, we just don't want to do that. Look at your partner, point at that person, say, you're still a genius. It says that you've got 72 hours to use what you've learned. If you wait more than 72 hours to act on anything that you learned here, there's only a 7% chance of using one little idea. This is the ultimate use it or lose it. So if we don't actually act on this within 72 hours, the likelihood of anything productive coming out of this conference is 7%, maybe even less. How your day unfolds is the direct result of the weather in your brain. The likelihood of you having an accident is directly proportional to how the weather is doing in your brain at any given time. You know, when I get up in the morning, if the weather in my brain's not good, I change it. I can't do much about the stuff outside, but the weather in my... Do you know you can literally walk yourself out of a bad mood in as little as 10 minutes? A walk outdoors, nature outdoors, in 10 minutes, immediately shifts the weather in your brain. You've got these guys driving trucks. I'll tell you, if they are sitting in that truck for more than 2 hours without getting out for a little quick stretch, walk around, have a few sips of pure fresh water, maybe munch a couple of the #1 brain energy food on the planet. What's that? Raw, unsalted walnuts. Plus, Randy, they look like little brains, so they're fun, right? Exactly. Prolonged sitting is bad for your brain. So here's the magic number. The magic number is 20. Your brain will start to downshift at 20 minutes. If you have children at home doing homework, it's age plus 2. So if you have a 12-year-old, what's the magic number? 14. If they sit at the kitchen table doing math for more than 14 minutes without standing up for a 30-second stretch, they're in trouble. Brain fog will come. Attention density correlates with job safety. That's just common sense. Attention density correlates with job safety. If your phone is anywhere in your peripheral vision, does attention density go up or down? You just lost 25% of your attention, even if it's turned off. Even if it's turned off, you just lost 25% of your attention density. So I'll tell you, I'm not picking on you, Ryan, because I used to have I'd have my phone right on my desk as I'm presenting. I wouldn't even turn it off, I just put it on silent. You don't see it anywhere here now. I get into my truck, let me tell you, that phone goes into my jacket pocket, the jacket pocket gets flipped into my back seat, and I can't even reach my phone even if, knowing what I know about the brain, I wouldn't have my phone anywhere within reach of me in my truck while I'm driving. We actually are. So when we're tired, we get to a point where we don't even know we're tired because we're too tired to notice that we're tired. And then, oops, I just fell off the ladder. Or oops, I just picked up a pen the wrong way and I've hurt my back, etc., etc. Look at. So safety starts with the brain. What does that mean? It means that safety starts with you. Thank you for inviting me, and stay safe. Thank you.
For more information on this presenter or more safety presentations, visit www.youtube.com/user/BC Forest Safety. For information on attending any of these safety conferences and more safety resources, go to BC Forest Safety Council's website at www.bcforestsafe.com. bcforestsafetyconference.org.